Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to day number 14 for the Advent of Cyber 2023. In today's video, we're going to be talking about machine learning. So if you guys are ready for some fun, let's jump onto the desktop and enjoy. Hey, what's up, everyone? So here we are on day number 14, and it's machine learning. So before we get into it, please like, subscribe, and share this video if you like it, and, share the love. All right, so pretty much we're going to be learning. I just like to go to the learning objectives. This is just too much overhead. You guys can take care of that. So we're going to learn about what is machine learning, the basic machine learning structures and algorithms, and then using neutral networks to predict defective toys. All right, so as we can see here today, we don't need the attack box. We just need to have the VM and the split screen, so it looks like we're golden here. And I did read through this. So, you're going to learn about, the massive boom of AI and machine learning and like ChatGPT, right? Like we learned about that a few years ago. It's been in the mix for ages, but it's been hot for a few years. So 0 to hero on artificial intelligence, AI. So before you create your own AI, we need to learn some of the basics. First of all, let's discuss these two terms. So there's generic algorithm. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of stuff here, right? So we have neutral networks, persistent swarm. This is the structure aims for mimic, whatever. Mimic, I think it's mimic. The process of how the birds flock, right? So if we come down here, we can, the learning styles and supervised learning. We have unsupervised learning. Like I said, I skimmed through this but just before we started, so I don't want to bore you guys with that. So some basic structure, right? Input, hidden, the height, the width, the length, the color scheme. So we can see everything in here, right? How it's actually going about its input, its hidden, and then the defective, right? So as we can see here, as shown on the automation, the network has 3 different layers: the input, the output, and then the hidden layer, right? So you can read what those layers are here. And now let's keep going down. Input weights. All right, so this is pretty much just the mathematics of it. Okay. Whoops. And then let's keep going down. As mentioned before, we simple math. All right, so pretty much simple math. I am pretty decent at math, so that's not a problem for me. Inputs are not directly added. The additions output is not directly transmitted out. Okay. All right, so the feed forward loop, right? So we have neutral normalization input, and then we have hidden defective, so we can see that here. All right, so all of the inputs and then the feeds to the inputs and our nodes in the layer, and so on and so forth. So, and then the back propagation, all right, is input, hidden, output. So it's pretty much the same thing. It is pretty much showing that how it's actually, going through the data. All right, so 1, 2, 3, calculate the difference. The difference in receiving outputs and expected outputs, right? Then we can update the weights of the nodes, right? And then we can propagate the difference back to the other layers. All right, so the data set splits. All right, let's keep going down. So we have 3 of them here. We have the training data, we have validation data, and we have testing data. Putting it all together. All right, so now with blah, blah, blah. All right, so we have to be on this desktop. It said neutral networks, right? So here we can just open up in the terminal. Just so now if we hit ls, we can see those those files here. We have detector.py. This script will build a new little blah. And then we have these 2 other Excel spreadsheets. All right, so first step is to complete the detector script. Let's work together. Well, let's work through the initial code that has already been added for you in the script as shown. So let's go ahead and let's cat this detector. Let's make it bigger. All right, so, okay. Let's see what it's actually doing. I didn't do this yet. So normalization code here. So it looks like it's pretty much like having some code. Okay. All right. So let's work through this code, what it does. All right. Let's just creating the data sets. All right. So after the code, so it looks like we have to input some stuff. All right. So now let's go ahead and clear this. Let's use nano detect. All right. So let's just go ahead and, so the insert dataset split code here. Where is that? Let's go ahead. All right, let's see if we can see that somewhere in here. All right, here. So if I understand this correctly, whoops. Here we have to input this data set. So here we can copy this, I'm sure, and then paste it here. And then come down here. Oh, crap. And then paste it. All right. So let's keep going. So that's the input here. So insert normalization code here. So let's go ahead and copy this. And where's the normalization? Okay, so it's down a little more. Let's come down in here. All right, so now we just have to copy that in here and then paste it here. Okay, so let's do the training the neutral network. All right, so the classifier code. Where is that? Right here. Okay, so right here. Let's go ahead and copy this. All right, so once that's copied there, we can just go ahead and throw that in here now. All right, so here's blah, blah, blah. Okay, so training code. Let's go ahead and go to the training code. So that's up here, right here. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this piece of code and let's throw it in here. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Who knows? This is why I didn't pick this day. All right, so let's go ahead. But obviously, like doing the walkthrough and then learning it, that's definitely beneficial. All right, so then we can do one more validation. Okay, so that's down here. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this piece of code. And just throw that in here and just, okay. Let's go ahead and paste that bad boy here. All right. So now you'll see those blah, blah, blah as a function. Okay. So saving the poison. All right. So where's that? Insert classifier testing procedure. Testing procedure code. That's, wait a minute. Did I mess something up? Insert validation procedure code. Testing. So the testing is right here. No, insert classified. No. Is it still, let's see. Oh, right here. Sorry. Right here. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and just take this piece of code, copy it here, and just paste it in here. Okay, so now it's finally blah, blah, blah. So now we can go ahead and just do Control X, yes, enter, and now we can try to run this Python 3 detector and wait a couple of seconds, see how this thing does. Hopefully nothing broke. Hopefully it works. And we'll give that a moment. And then, all right, looks like things are working. So now we can visit this. I guess we have to go to this website. All right, so let's go ahead and just copy this. Can we copy this link? All right, and let's paste this link in here. All right, so let's go ahead and open up a Firefox here on this machine, and then we can paste that URL and see if that URL will allow us to get, okay, here we go. Perfect. All right, so now, blah, 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 now it's saved. So now we have to browse out to the file. What file are we actually going to apply? I'm guessing, let me come back up. Let's go ahead and go back to this thing really quick. Whoops, I didn't want to minimize that. Oops. All right, so it looks like the procedure is, all right, save the file. All right, let's do an ls here. All right, so it looks like the predictions.txt. All right, so let's go ahead and, where's my, let's come back here, file. I'm guessing it's this one, upload. All right, oh, here we go. We got a flag. All right, so we'll save that for later. All right, so it looks like we did something right here. All right, so let's cybersecurity applications for. So obviously for cybersecurity and machine learning, it goes hand in hand, and it's super critical to learn it and understand, you know, some, especially for the detective side, right? Because everything on the firewalls, everything for anomalies, all this stuff that we utilize in the blue team side is going to use some kind of AI or ML, excuse me. Okay. All right. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes here. So what is the other term for artificial intelligence or the subnet of AI meant? Humans think of this, I guess, machine learning. I think machine learning. Okay. 1 for 1. All right. What ML structure aims to blah, 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 mimic the process of, I think that was like generic algorithm, right? Let me see, let me come up here. I think that was generic algorithm. Let's come back up here. Where is that thing? I think it was generic algorithm. If generic algorithm, yep, yeah. Yeah, so let me just copy this. Yeah, it's the mimic, yep. All right, so let's keep coming down here. If I know the answer, I'm just going to try to do it without going back up so we can save some time. All right, so what is the name of the learning style that makes us... All right, so that was the supervised, right? Supervised learning. All right, perfect. So what is the name of the layer between the input and output layers? Oh, that's the hidden network, right? The hidden layer? Yeah. All right, cool deal. So what is the name of the process used to provide feedback to the neutral networks? Oh, what was that? Was that the back? Let's go back up here. I think, shoot. I think that was the, that's what we just answered. Supervised, unsupervised. Generic. What was that? Back structured. There was back something. I remember. Man, let me go down. Back propagation. Here we go. That's what it was. When you're training in the field. Yep. Boom. And then the flag. Here we go. Whoa, that was pretty fun. Let's copy this. And let's paste this here. And then paste here. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. So that was day 14. That was actually pretty straightforward. It was a lot of, you know, theoretical aspects of things, and then going through this little exercise. Obviously, I'm going to go through it another time just to soak it more in, just to be honest with you folks. This was just going through the walkthrough, so hopefully it's been informative. If you have any comments, leave it in the comments below, and see you on day 15 tomorrow. Take care, folks.